Well, spring is definitely here, but the nights are still pretty cool. And we've got some seeds we want to get started. We have not built a new greenhouse on our land yet, but that will definitely be happening this fall. So I just want to show you a little trick that I started years ago, probably 15 years ago, when I had some salad bins empty and egg cartons. But we're just going to take those two and some potting soil and some lovely seeds that could not handle things being too cold. And we're going to make some homemade little teeny greenhouses. And my girls are going to sow some seeds in them. We're going to close them up and let them go autopilot. And we'll be back in less than we'll be back before then. But within a week or so, our seeds should be popping up and we'll get some things started ahead of time before our beds are fully established and ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So stay tuned. Let's make some greenhouses for free. All right, we've had a really busy day working hard, but now we're gonna do some fun stuff. So I have done this in the past. You can actually put it on a grow light, under a grow light, or you can put it on a heat mat, or you can do both. We're gonna use our yard to create a little greenhouse. So we're using a salad box that's empty, a 1-pounder, and we're going to create a greenhouse to sprout off some things that are tender that really can't handle if the nights go below 40. So yeah, so I don't know if this will ever get published, but we're gonna do it because I've been doing this for years and it's super easy. So Mary, what are you gonna plant?
I am planting sunflowers.
They're mammoth ones. I know, show us the package. All right, so Mary's gonna get started. Rachel's gonna do it at the same time. So I'm just gonna record and chat as we go along and they're just gonna listen to me walk through the steps. So we're gonna put some soil in the bottom of the container first. So Mary, you can do that too. Put soil in the bottom of your container. And that's gonna kind of just buffer it and just keep it extra moist. So we're just gonna put about 3 inches. And the roots actually will go through our egg carton. And normally we don't have egg cartons because we normally have chickens, but we had to, end that season last year when we had to do a lot of extreme things. So anyway, here we go. So we got about 2 inches in there, 2 or 3, nothing crazy. It's just some seed starting mix that we bought. You could do it in compost, but sometimes starting seeds in things that could have germs can mess things up. So we're gonna moisten that up in a little bit, but what we're gonna do now is just fill our egg cartons up too with soil. And you're gonna sink your egg cartons down into that soil. So Mary, just push your egg carton down and press it down into that dirt really well. And now we're gonna backfill, and it's just gonna make some little seed cups. It'll be super easy to transplant when the weather is ready. And actually Rachel's gonna do some wildflowers. So we're just doing it to where we know they'll be fine while we're not here, and we'll keep the moisture in. So our soil's a little dry, and it's just some Miracle-Gro potting mix, nothing fancy, that we got from our local Lowe's. And I think this one's organic, but obviously none of this is anything we're gonna be eating. And we're just filling it up, and then we're going to add our seeds, and we're gonna water it in really well, put the lid on, and then they are going to have a little greenhouse effect. So when we come back in a few days to check on things, hopefully they'll at least be still moist, and we'll moisten them again. And that dirt that's underneath is really the key, because it's going to take all that leftover moisture when we water these in really well, and it's going to give it back when it's needed. Okay, so Rachel's going to water in hers. Mary already did hers. Our watering can got, it had a rough time. We do have a little spritzer that we'll use when we come back. So this is just to get that soil good and moist. And it's pond water, so that is gonna be amazing. Oh goodness, let me just capture that sunset over there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so beautiful. We have lily pads everywhere. This big giant tree is going down next. The one over there is gone, and look at how clear that is right there. That is now almost all empty, minus a few trees. All right, now we're gonna put our seeds in. All right, Mary, so here are your mammoth sunflower seeds. So you're just gonna put 2 into a hole. Just poke them down pretty deep, about a 1/2 inch at the most, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. You don't wanna see them. Yep, so you got 2 to a hole?
Yep.
Okay. And then we'll do a little dusting of dirt on top, and then we're gonna give it a little spritz with our spritzer. So Rachel is actually doing Save the Bees, a wildflower mix. Let me see your mix the other side. Yeah, we tore it a little by accident. So anyway, we have grown this before. You only plant this once. Once you plant it, it just goes to seed. So we will probably put this all over our garden because they just invite the pollinators. And of course, you know, like we said, save the bees. So Rachel's going to sprinkle all hers in, and then we'll just put dirt. So she'll put a good pinch in each hole. And then, and it's a mix. So there's like, I think there's like 15 things in there. It's so pretty. And it will just fill in all over the place. And then we'll put a little dusting of dirt. That one doesn't go down so far. So that one's going to be more like a 1/4 inch of soil we'll top it with. And then we'll give them a little bit more water. And then we'll put our lid on and put them in a spot that hopefully they will not blow away because, you know, the wind is crazy out here. Got all our seeds in? Rachel, did you get quite a bit in all of them? Okay. And then we'll probably do the rest of those. We'll sprinkle in some of the beds. But for right now, we want to just get some started and established, and then it's gonna be great. So hopefully everything goes great, but we've done this before with great success. We're gonna put our lid on after we put our water in. Mary, I'm gonna get you to go ahead and put your lid on so they can just see what it looks like and the little greenhouse effect. Can you put your lid on? Just shake it a little bit. It's probably some dirt. Yeah, and we're just gonna put our lid on. And then Rachel, just put your lid on just so they can see what we're doing. And when we come back in a few days, they might need a little spritzing, probably not. The water will bead up on top of the lid. And then we will just see if they need water, we'll do it. And when they sprout, then these little cups will just be so soft, they'll just dissolve in your hand, and we will plant them where we want. All right, girls, thanks for helping me teach everybody how to make little mini greenhouses with what you have for free, basically.